Okay. Okay. So yeah, welcome to Blockchain Africa. My name is Francisca. I'm the host for this interview. And we have with me Reginder Grewal and Shaila. You're welcome to Blockchain Africa.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be asking you questions on Threefold. We want to have a clear understanding about what Threefold is all about. How has it come to transform the internet as we have as of today? So I would like to have more information about Threefold. Let us know what it's all about. Thank you.
Yes. So Threefold is a movement which was started quite some time back by our founder, Christoph Spiegler. He's been building the internet or internet technologies for the better part of the last 20 years.
Okay.
And he's had multiple exits totaling about 500 million till now. And he came to the realization that our internet, the way it is broken, right? And it needs to become more sovereign. It needs to become more transparent. It needs to become, it needs to change in many ways to be scalable and usable by, the mass population of the world. Right now, the internet penetration is still mostly in areas where there is population density, and there is, the more wealthier countries who have built all this infrastructure. Also, the concept is that we build the internet as a community. It is built by the people, for the people, and it is, everybody's data, everybody's privacy, everybody's security is in their own hands. And to build that, everything, had to be started from scratch. So they started by building the Zero OS, the operating system, which is used to power the Threefold grid. We call it the Threefold grid. And the Threefold grid basically is compute, storage, and internet capacity, which is spread all over the world. We have massive amounts of, compute capacity and storage already online. It's not in concept, it's already deployed. And applications can be built on top of this grid so that it is secure, it is accessible, it is carbon neutral, it is scalable. And that's in a nutshell what Threefold is trying to achieve here.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what kind of opportunities does Threefold create?
So Threefold creates the opportunity for developers to develop their existing, D apps on top of the Threefold grid. We are partnering with a lot of players who want to build applications on top of the Threefold grid so that their applications are way more secure. They're, at the edge. And so the ecosystem grows not by a central organization, but by the people contributing to it, right?
Okay.
And so, for example, in the African and the Indian perspective, people can join the Threefold movement by deploying Threefold three nodes. Three nodes are compute and storage capacity, which can be deployed in people's homes, in offices, in wherever there is internet and electricity, and that enables more storage and compute to be added onto the network so that people can consume it at the edge, right? Instead of the central data centers, which are built by big organizations, and there's a lot of control privacy issues in those kinds of infrastructures. And so this is one of the ways Threefold can enable people to grow the internet.
Okay, thank you. How can the users join the ecosystem?
Well, the users can join the ecosystem in a few different ways. One we already touched upon was the the users can buy the three node and they can deploy it. If people are technically savvy, they can build their own three nodes. It's not necessary that you have to buy a pre-installed three node.
Okay.
Second is people can buy the Threefold token to support the token economy and increase user adoption and so on.
Okay.
Thirdly, people who have technical skills and knowledge can deploy and develop software which can be deployed onto the three node use cases on top of the three node. That is a third way. And fourth is just join the community, understand what Threefold is doing, and then spread the word, because this is a movement by the people for the people. So the more people join, the more people understand, the better it is for the growth of the community.
Okay, so when you say zero OS, like zero operating system, am I right? How does it work?
So we call it the zero OS because it was built from scratch, and basically so the zero OS was built by taking the Linux kernel and then keeping just the bare minimum requirements for running an operating system which can enable the existence of the threefold grid, connecting all the computers or all the hardware together in a mesh so that people can easily deploy their payloads on top, right? And it is the way that it has been built, it is next to impossible to hack it because it's got a very, next to zero hacking surface. And the data which is stored on, say, any of the three nodes is a zero knowledge database. So it's zero knowledge in the sense that the person who has the three node can't really access the data which is on their system, right? So the zero OS was developed because it was necessary to start from scratch and build something which is scalable, reinventing the base.
Okay, thank you. What do you see for the future of Threefold?
So this is a very, very complex question, but just to give you scale, the internet usage and the usage of applications is predicted to go on the edge. 80% of compute and storage will go onto the edge by 2025, 2026. Right now, most of the usage is happening in centralized data centers. To enable, the usage of data storage and applications at the edge, there needs to be a scalable, infrastructure, and that is what we are planning. We are thriving to build so that people, even in remote areas, have access to the internet. We guys have access to, thinking about, right? Okay. It's a human right by the, after the UN declared a human right to be, connected to the internet, and more than half the world's population is still not connected to the internet. So we see Threefold enabling that with the help of people trying to, provide this technology to everyone else. So the scale is, in our view, quite limitless. Also, we don't see ourselves as, competing with the Googles and the Amazons and the large cloud providers, because that requirement is in the centralized, sense, the high amount of compute capacity which is required for certain businesses and so on and so forth. We are focusing more on the 80%, which will be required in the next 5 to 10 years at the edge, which these big centralized companies are not really building.
Okay. So what would you say would be your unique? What makes you unique from every other service provider there?
Well, the uniqueness starts from the point that our systems are built on reducing or eliminating the risks which come with data sovereignty. Right? We see so much about what you call data loss, data hacking. There are so many documentaries already out there how big tech uses our data to sell us things, to dig out information, and so on and so forth.
Okay,
So
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
So our systems are built in a manner that we try and eliminate that need from design, by design. It's not something that, oh, we will encrypt it and then X person will not have access to this. It has been built in a manner that by design it is secure and everybody owns their own data, right?
Okay.
So that is, I think, one of the main USPs we have.
Okay, who are your notable partners and achievements?
So we have, we're a very small team, but we have been able to partner with a lot of, do good projects or projects which are also in the, blockchain space, such as Casper Labs, Dash, Digibyte, all these, and most of the blockchain projects are actually complementary to what we do.
Okay.
So we are not, we don't see ourselves as competitors to any of these large projects. They can actually build on top of us. They can build, they can deploy their nodes on top of us. They can deploy their, use their protocols on our infrastructure. And so we see ourselves as enabling, most blockchain projects to scale.
Okay.
Right? And we've tied up with a few of these. We've also tied up with TAG, which is Take Action Global. It's a non-for-profit that has enabled over 1.5 million children globally, giving them education. So we have partnered with them so that they can build their infrastructure on top of us and enable more teachers and students to have education, access to education and material in a decentralized manner.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Thank you very much for doing that very well. We've come to the end of the show. It's really nice having you here in Blockchain Africa.
Thank you.
We hope to speak with you some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, our dear viewers. Please click on the subscribe button, like, and share. Thank you.